Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is I Allegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because you're uninsurable. Can't get insurance, and the reasons are going to shock you, to say the least. But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to join our email list, guys. The link is below for the email list. Now, first things first. There was a memo that was released from State Farm, and I love stuff like this, where they came out and they said that they're going to announce what these reasons are why you can't get insurance. Now, here's the problem with this: is in the past, you may, get just little questions asked by your insurance agent on what you do for a living, what's your house like, what do you do for fun, and this is ridiculous because what they're doing now is they're using this against you. Okay, so I was blown away by this because a lot of these things are things you wouldn't really think about. Now, people have been denied policies, and this goes to a lot of different insurance companies, not just State Farm. So let's start there. Have you had more than 2 claims in the last 5 years? Well, you don't understand. It wasn't my fault. Somebody tripped and fell at my house. Somebody drove that car through the back fence. We don't care. We don't care. We don't want you as a policyholder of us. Number 2, do you run child care out of your house? Well, I just watch the neighbor kids, and how many are here? 8. Well, anybody over 6, we're going to uninsure. Think about that. 6 kids, uninsured. People with high visibility jobs. This is what was sent to me. This is why it was sent to me. You ever had any hate mail? Have you? I have. I got one yesterday. Have you ever had anybody make any comments about you? Are you considered high profile? Think about how ridiculous it is that I have to say that I'm considered high profile. Some of these people will not insure me because of what I do for a living and walking around and reading you the news. Okay? Regardless of what my knowledge is or anything like that. Athletes, scientists, do you write books? This is the next one that I love. Are you an author? Now, you know how many people have written crappy books, ebooks, which I encourage you guys to do. I'm the first one to say go write your own book. Do you know the average online self-published book? If you were considered a success, you've sold 200 copies of that book. 200 copies of that book. Now imagine bragging about, I wrote about, my client's background and did that. Okay, uninsurable because you've written an ebook. Is that insane? It's insane, isn't it? I was just blown away by this. Are you a columnist? Have you ever written anything that's had people write unfavorable comments back to you? In other words, do you write online? Are you one of those people on Facebook that sits there and tells people how it is? By the way, I'm at Sherman Gardens today, and it's beautiful. They're going through a big remodel here, so I wanted to come by before. Drivers that have had a suspended license or revoked license. Well, this goes to sanity. This goes to, well, if you are a reckless person, that's what somebody once told me in the insurance business. So what does that mean? Do you make bad choices? Do you drink and drive? Have you ever, I just let my driver's license go because I forgot to renew it? I was walking the other day in Huntington Beach and saw a cop pull somebody over and goes, how do you forget your birthday? How do you forget that your license is going to, I don't think about it, sir. Clearly, well, you're getting a ticket. I may have to impound the car, blah, 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 as I minded my own business and moved on. But they don't want to insure people like you. Well, that kind of makes sense to me. So adult family home facilities, if you've had people that live and you do 24-hour care for people, bye. Well, it's just my mom. She lives here. Well, no, don't want to hear about it. Here's an area I've really never taken you guys to. It's the succulent section over here, which is kind of nice. It's kind of cool. Little spot. But again, do you have a race car of any type? What do you mean? Do you drive a fast car? Well, you're not insuring that. That's with the other company. Okay, but you drive a kind of a speed car, a car that has a loud exhaust. And again, they ask questions like this. Oh, yeah, man, I had the thing souped up, and I put this engine in it. By uninsured with State Farm. Do you like to do anything with speed? How about demolition? How about rock climbing? Do you like to climb rocks? Okay, well, it's my hobby. Okay, uninsurable. Okay, do you like to do anything that involves a contest of sports, like jumping, like jumping off of a cliff? Huh? Yeah, again, guys, no, we're not going to insure you if you do things like that. Do you own a watercraft that races? Do you race watercraft of any kind? Man, I know so many people that have done that and gotten injured. My ex-wife's brother-in-law was a professional boat racer, and before he retired, and he ran and drove the Pennzoil car. I mean, he was amazing. He was David's a really good guy, but he was a boat guy, and he was everything boats, and he did the K boats and all that stuff. But again, uninsurable, according to these guys. So I find it fascinating. Do you transport employees or children to and from school? Well, yeah, my kids, the neighbor kids. Every Wednesday, I get to take the whole lot of them. No, uninsurable. Think about that. Driving the neighbor kids. Hey, grandma's going to drive us today. No, don't do that, grandma. Don't talk about it, though. I've never done that in my life. Farms who predominantly grow or raise poultry, trees, fish. You raise trees? Oh my God, you're dangerous. Fish farm mink. Do you raise minks? Hops, ginseng, sod, exotic animals, mushrooms, or reptiles. Do you grow mushrooms? Anyways. Policyholders who raise, board, race, or train horses. Again, guys, it's like, do you do anything fun out of your house? Whoa, 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 whoa. No, I like to read. Whose books are they? Did you write that book? No, I buy other people's books. Oh my God. Okay, think about this. Corn mazes. Do you offer anything that helps children have a good time? Okay. Children's actually haunted houses, haunted barns, haunted livestock, hog breeding operations. Okay. Hydroponic farms. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hog breeding. Yep. I think that's it. So if you do any of that stuff, you're just a menace to society. The problem with this is that they're getting bolder and bolder and bolder. They're going to do drone flyovers of your house. When you buy a house now, the insurance companies send out a third-party investigator. Well, what's this for? The investigator is going to take pictures of your house. Wait a second. Who's this person coming to my house to take pictures of everything? No, they're going to take pictures of what the house looks like today, before the fire, so that you can't claim certain things. Now, wait a second. Do I have to show them what's in my house? No, you don't have to do that. But we just want to document what the house looks like prior to a disaster, prior to the flood, prior to the lightning strike, the hail strike, all that. Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? So the problem with this is that the insurance company then hire the third-party person, and I called one of these places and said, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? As if I bought a house. And they're like, well, we document this so that we can show exactly the state of the house right now, because a lot of people talk about the damage, and you may buy an older house and the house may have, old doors, no panel doors that are $29 to replace, but you're going to sit there and claim that the doors were $5,000 each inside the house. They get rid of a lot of shenanigans by having this third party, and then the insurance company, if there was a lie, then they can sue the third party investigator that investigated your house and took those pictures. So interesting stuff, guys, to say the least, but this is a problem that's going to get worse. And if you think it just starts with State Farm, it's going to go to everybody, because the big thing right now is how much do you drive? Where do you drive? Where do you go to? There's a senator, and I'm going to do a story on this soon, that wants to limit your driving for all of us. Well, again, Vegas meetings and things like that, I've told you guys this is a great place to go to, but I can be there in 3.5 hours driving, or do I want to fly? Make the call. You know what I mean? So it's kind of ridiculous, but This is only going to get worse. They're going to come up with more reasons not to write your policy. And the thing about this, I asked this person, I said, well, do you want to see like all the furniture inside the house? Well, you can have the house furnished or vacant. We preferred if the person lived in it so we could see exactly what they had. Well, what if they go out and buy new furniture after they get the house? They make a little bit of money and well, there's always things you can do. But if you ever want it re-inspected and get new photos taken, you can do that. Well, I recommend that you guys take photos. A lot of people in the Palisades, oh, we have pianos, we have all these things that they may not have been able to verify. This would help you verify that too. So there's good and bad to it. Let me know what you think about this so far. Now, here is a very bad idea that's about to be implemented. The Social Security Department is announcing that they're going to start sending text messages out to people to let them know what their benefits are. Man, oh man, is this a bad idea. One thing that we have done over and over and over again is tell you about the texting scams. I got one that my driver's license is suspended today. I got one about toll roads today, and I got two about jobs today on my phone. So unbelievable, guys. Text messages from the Social Security Department. Hey, it's going to let people know about benefits. Read the story below. It's crazy. So it's going to let you know what benefits you could be eligible for. Pass. No. These are the turtles. This is the steam room. This is like living in the rainforest. It's very, very cool. So with that being said, the Doge department just announced, think about this. How many phones are out there that are used by government employees that are not used? They're to excess. How about $100 million a year worth of phones? Now, some people use these, but they're not for work. They're for nefarious activities. They're for dating. And my wife will never answer my work phone. You know what I mean? I had a buddy who used to always answer his phone when his wife called. He'd like, oh, it's my wife. I told you not to call me here. My wife may answer. That was always his joke, which I thought was funny. And he says, if I ever get caught cheating, I'm going to say I've been telling you for 15 years. Anyways, old joke that's kind of funny. But again, $100 million in phones that are excess and wasted. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. They're talking, there was a great story I read from Facebook, Instagram, and NVIDIA, how they want to get rid of the regular cell phones. They want to have smartphones that are tied to AI. And the problem with this is that your data would then be at risk. You would tell everything about yourself, and it would be called Dan from iAllegedly, and I would be in the system, and you'd be able to call me on my cellular device, which is a horrible, horrible idea. The state of Wyoming is getting rid of squatters. This is a good one. They're going to have a new rule, if I use the right door, they're going to have a new rule that's going to make it so that if you are the property owner, you can verify that you're the property owner and somebody is squatting on your property. And this stems from a woman last summer that had tenants leave, and then she's like, okay, we left on a Saturday, she shows up on a Sunday, and let me go check the unit and see how much cleaning they have to do, and there's 4 people living there. What's going on? Yeah, we rented from the previous tenant, so you got to get the F out of here, and this is our place now. Huh? They had no authority to do that. Well, now the governor has just signed something which is great, and that is immediate action. The owner then signs, now think about this, has to sign an affidavit, and you're saying, well, that's not fair. No, it is, because it's going to be the employee's neck on the line, Wile E. Coyote style, that if they lie and say that these people do have a lease and you just, well, you know what, I never liked Dan, let's just throw him out, you're going to go to jail and you're going to get sued, and that you won't have to worry about renting that place to anybody. That will be Dan's house at that point. So with that being said, it's kind of crazy that they're doing this, but they're going to kick people out, and the sheriff's going to go there heavy and wait till people remove their stuff, which I love. Man, do I love that. Boomers that are forced to unretire. One thing that happened during COVID, and we talked a lot about it, is people were burnt out. I'm just going to take my savings and I'm going to do the best I can in retirement. The problem is that when you add up what it costs you to live in a month, people don't realize, oh, wait, I don't have enough to live. Oh, yeah, okay. So, needless to say, people are unretiring right now, and they're having to go out and get a better job. Everybody that I know that is happy in retirement is doing some type of side gig, whether they are working part-time, whether they are just doing a job that they want, whether they're an usher at the stadium, they work at the library, they work here, okay, at a cool place like Sherman Gardens. It's like, yeah, it's the greatest. I get to give tours, I get to walk people around, look at all the flowers, plan weddings for people. I mean, this is a cool place to work, you know? So, but not everybody can afford it. Some people need a set amount of money or need to go sell something to make their lives whole, which is sad. I'm sorry to hear that people have to struggle like that, but that this is a financial channel. That's what we talk about, is making sure you have enough money to get through today, tomorrow, and 5 years from now. Yes, it's June, so we're gonna have some crazy shirts in June. This is hamburger shirt. Like that? I like this because hamburgers and American flags. So I like wearing this on the 4th of July or 4th of July parties too. It's a good one. I'm going to finish this video with these last few things. Do not forget that we have a private channel called I Allegedly Live. You sign up at iallegedly.tv. It is fantastic. It's uncensored. It's everything that's too hot to talk about everywhere else. News, politics, money stuff, safety stuff, everything. Check it out today. There's over 300 videos there. I love doing that content, and check it out today. Now, more postal workers. Postal workers write me, guys, and tell me two things: how unsafe their job is lately, and how they are getting told they have to do more for less money. In other words, work an extra day in a week. Instead of 5 days, they're getting 6.5 days, which is every other Saturday you have to deliver mail. Well, do I get paid overtime for that? No, same pay. Just do it or else. So what used to be a really, really cool, easy job, fun, is not. And you have to take your life into your own hands. You know, 2 people just robbed another postal truck in Colorado by gunpoint. So no, pass. No, who wants that? I don't want to do that. Who wants to put their lives in the line to deliver your mail? Okay? Do you get the penny saver in your circulars? Come on. Okay? How about the Big 5 ad? Okay? Come on. It's ridiculous, guys. Final thing was, I love this one because, is my wife's spending excessive? And this is a great story below. Woman spent $6,769 at restaurants over the course of 90 days. Hello? Are you kidding me? Okay? Is that excessive? Yeah, hell yes, it's expensive. It's almost $2,300 a month. Okay? You know, $1,230 in supplies, whatever that is, and $1,250 on healthcare, which I understand the healthcare because it's outrageous. You should see what I pay on healthcare. $560 on gas, and other expenses were $1,200, which is basically $400 a month. So the problem with it is that you got to rein it in, guys, right now. Do what you can to rein it in. Now, there was a newscaster over the weekend, and I was watching her show, and she said, I have never cooked a meal in my life, don't know how to cook. How do you feed your kids? I guess everything's microwaved, you bring it in. Well, that's what that woman would be. It would be $6,782, whatever that was, for 3 months. You know. By the way, they spent, during that time, they did spend $1,300 on groceries during that time, but it doesn't count. It's just crap for the kids to eat. You know what I mean? So, family of 4. Let me know what you think about that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and do you do anything that you think is uninsurable? Or if you guys have had something where your insurance has been canceled for a crazy reason, I'll tell you one to end this. I had a truck, and they told me it was, they said, what's it used for? And I said, I use it for, to drive around on the weekends and stuff. Do you ever use it for work? Nope, never. Google Maps happened to drive by the house one day when we were moving, and the truck was loaded, and it looked like Sanford & Son. And they sent me that picture, like the guy was some investigator, and look what I found. You lied to us. Oh, F off. I didn't lie to you. That's funny. That's just that one day. Look at all the furniture on there. And the guy, he was not amused. Listen, you can either cancel the policy or we'll cancel it for you. Bye. Okay? I wonder where Fatty ended up at, because he just was a worthless individual. So, wasn't a good insurance man, that's for sure. Hit the like button, subscribe. I think I said that already. hello@iallegedly.com is the email address, and I'll see you soon. Fatty.